and gentlemen. Oh, I forgot to put the lights on. I started the thing, but there we go. Now we're set. Now we're setting the stage. Now we're here for real. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having an absolutely beautiful day, a wonderful holiday season, as 'tis the season, to go ahead and enjoy some of the music that you guys have recommended to me for the holiday season, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anything, or none of the above. Regardless, we're going to celebrate in our own little way here. We're going to listen to Loreena McKennitt's full EP, A Winter Garden, 5 songs of the season, or for the season, rather. This has been suggested for quite a while, but namely by Marod, Grizzly Old B. Let's see, RG said that this would be an excellent choice as well. So all of you, thank you so much for the suggestion and the recommendation. Just to get it out of the way, in case you can't tell, I am feeling so sick right now. I didn't even mean to cough right there. I'm just actually feeling sick. So don't think that I'm not like enjoying the music. If I happen to look like I'm not, I'm just really not feeling great. You could also say like, JP, why don't you go rest? This is me resting. This is me relaxing, listening to some music and just chilling with you guys. And right now I'm going through those phases where my temperature is like, I'm feeling hot, but I'm also feeling cold. I have some cinnamon tea with some honey in it. I don't know, I put some stuff in it. So like this is, and you know, I even brought up, I don't want to hold this too close. I even brought out my Switzerland mug. So that way it's like, you know, kind of wintry. But I don't have any wintry like clothes. Anyways, hope that you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Of course, before we dive in, press the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Patreon if you want to do that for as low as $2 a month, but you don't have to. You could just sit back, relax, enjoy with whatever hot beverage or yams you're eating. I don't know what you're I don't know what you're eating. If I have to cough and stuff, I'll mute the mic so that it's not so in your face. But otherwise, hope you guys like the set as well. I love it. Looks great. Anyways, let's go ahead and start off with the first track, which is Coventry Carol. That's it. Here we go. There wasn't anything else to say.
Lulay, Lalu, thou little tiny child, bye bye, Lulay, Lulay. O sisters too, may we do for to preserve this day, this poor youngling for whom we sing. Bye bye, Lulay, Lulay.
That sets a tone for the season.
Lulay, Lulay, thou little tiny child. Bye bye, Lulay, Lulay. Herod the king in his raging chargeth he doth this day. He's man of might in his song right, all young children to slay. Lulay, thou little tiny child, la la, lulay, lulay. But woe is me, poor child, for thee, and every morn and day, for thy parting, neither say nor sing. Bye bye, Lulay, Lulay. Lulay, Lulay, thou little tiny child. Bye bye, Lulay, Lulay.
I mean, talk about a absolutely beautiful and stunning opening. It's incredibly mesmerizing. It builds a mystery. There's an atmosphere in here that's wintry, a little dark, but also I'm assuming that there's going to be some light as we move forward from here. Really, really love her singing. Of course, we've listened to a decent amount from her before, and here she doesn't disappoint whatsoever. She sounds like an angel in the dark, an angel of hope in a dark time. The instrumentation's simple with the strings and I don't know what's playing, maybe a lute of sort. Maybe one of the, you've told me before what they're called, but like the big ones. Is a theorbo? It's something like that, right? Isn't like a theorbo, or it's those big old lute looking things. Yeah, I'm not too far off. Put you guys up here. Like one of these things. It sounds like it's one of these, something of this nature. But don't quote me on that. I'm just listening. And I don't have a personnel list of who's doing what on this particular album. But it's lovely. It sounds wonderful. And it was about to lead into the next track. So, I mean, why not, really go into that soon here? Before we do, there's a Wikipedia article for this. So, Coventry Carol is a Christmas carol dating from the 16th century. It says it was traditionally performed in Coventry in England as part of a mystery play called The Pageant of the Shearmen and Tailors. The play depicts the Christmas story from chapter 2 in Matthew. The carol itself refers to the massacre of the innocents, in which Herod orders all male infants under age 2 to be killed, and takes the form of a lullaby. Which makes sense, excuse me, even with the way that she says, she says it's so much more beautiful than I could even try to, but lula, thou tiny child, like, it's, even those words are like a lullaby, so it just works really well phonetically. O sisters too, how may we do for to preserve this day, this poor youngling for whom we do sing, bye bye, lule, lole. Herod the king in his raging charge, he hath this day his men of might in his own sight, all young children to slay. That woe is me, the poor child for thee, and ever mourn the day. Day. I can't read. Neither say nor sing, bye bye, lowly. So of course Jesus and saving him, right? That's what happened. I am so out of it right now. Listen, this may be a horrible reaction. I really just want to listen to the music, so maybe there won't be a lot of talking as much as usual, but I just want to listen to the music, and especially in my current form, it's, for me, fitting, and it sounds absolutely wonderful. It says the carol is the second of 3 songs included in the Pageant of Shearmen. Let's see, the exact date is unknown, though there are references to... Religious changes caused the play's suppression during the later 16th century, but Crewe's prompt book, including the songs, survived, and a transcription was eventually published by the Coventry antiquarian, Thomas Sharp. So that's kind of interesting, how religious changes, suppress this piece of music and this particular carol, but then, of course, it came back. And here's the original spelling versus the modernized as well. Interesting. Thou little tine child. Little tine thing. Little tiny tyke. And there's some more information here on the piece here. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the next piece of music, which is going to be God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. Let me back it up a little bit in Coventry. Give me a moment. We'll go to the last few seconds here, and we'll let it lead into it. Now we're building into it. Now we're getting somewhere.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's paws when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Are you? Come on. The fretless. Come on now. That is so good. Such a great reimagining of this. really making an actual form for the rhythm.
Shepherds at those tidings rejoiced much in mind, and left their flocks a feeding in tempest, storm, and wind, and went to Bethlehem straightway this blessed babe to find. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
This is what I'm looking for. This is great. That fury that's being built underneath it all. I love that.
When to Bethlehem they came, whereat this infant lay. They found him in a manger, oxen feeding hay. His mother Mary kneeling unto the Lord to pray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. To the Lord sing praises, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. The holy tide of Christmas our lovers doth efface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
I love hearing the percussionists like bring certain moments of intensity. That's what music. Man, what a perfect companion piece to follow Coventry Carol. That, like, Coventry Carol was, like I said, it was a kind of dark, very atmospheric kind of piece to open up the album. But now, as we move into this track, Now the light begins to shine. I can't help it, but every time I hear the way that she brings this assortment of Eastern, like Indian instrumentation, like obviously the tabla, I'm assuming darbuka probably in there as well. I can never remember the name of the string instrument that they use as well, that provides that like that kind of sound. God, that sounded horrible. Like the way that she brings that into the fold is just so wonderful, and it really does have this magical, enchanting feeling to it. Also, if I can just really quick speak out of turn of the actual reaction video that like we're watching right now, this is really nice to listen to right now, like especially with how I feel. This is just really, really nice for me to sit here with my cup of tea and some like nice lighting. Like I just feel good. Like it just makes my mood a lot better. And I'm very surprised to see that this only has 450,000 plays on Spotify. When the percussion comes in, it's just this glorious and beautiful festive marketplace. I imagine some sort of festivities happening like on the streets, and the streets are just aglow in this holiday magic of whatever sort it may be. Obviously, Loreena sounds wonderful here. And I just really enjoy how it sounds. And this is a really nice take on a classic. You know, God rest you merry soul. Or you merry, gentlemen. So look at that. I got the Wikipedia page here. It says, listed as number blah, 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 blah. It's also known as Tidings of Comfort and Joy. It says an early version of this carol can be found in an anonymous manuscript dating from the 1650s. It contains a slightly different version of the first line from that found in later text, with the first line, sit yo, merry gentlemen, transcribed sit you merry gentlemen. 1917. I just want to hear this. Now, listen, when you hear a certain production on music, you know it's like way back. That is so interesting. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. I just want to hear a little bit. Isn't it cool to hear, like, you know, older stuff? I mean, that's one thing that I think is so interesting, the history of recording audio and such. That's a whole nother, that's a whole nother discussion. Here's the lyrics here. Just trying to see if there's any interesting facts, perhaps, about it or anything of that nature. There, of course, are a lot of different versions and popular versions here as well. So the lyrics... Let's look at that. God rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, comfort and joy. I mean, with all these carols, at this point, you probably know a lot of the lyrics. We're just going over them for completion's sake. From God our Heavenly Father, a blessed angel came, and unto certain shepherds brought tidings of the same. How in that Bethlehem was born the Son of God by name. Fear not, then said the angel, let nothing you affright. That's a cool word. Affright? That's a cool word. When's the last time you've used affright? I bet it was today. This day is born a Savior of a pure virgin bright to free all those who trust in him from Satan's power and might. And it goes on, of course, once again, just speaking of Jesus, which a lot of the carols, of course, do, or something of that nature. So let's go ahead and now move ourselves into the next track. I don't even know how to say that name. Good King Wenceslas? Wenceslas, Duke of Bohemia. Never heard of him. How do you...
Svatý Václav.
Oh, excuse me?
Svatý Václav. Svatý Václav. Svatý Václav.
Svatý Vlasva? Is that actually how it's pronounced? Huh. I'm very off.
Svatý Václav. Svatý Václav.
Svatý Václav. Okay, we're going to listen to Good King, his name. Here we go. Let me let it lead in a little bit here. I cannot pronounce that. Maybe it's in the lyrics, though. Oh, that's warm. That's warm. Hearth, fireplace.
and even brightly shone the moon the night, though the frost was cruel. When a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel, hear the page and stand by me, if thou know'st its time. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where and what he's done? Sir, he lives a goodly clans underneath a mountain, right against the forest fence by St. Agnes fountain.
Love that bass movement there. It's fantastic.
For the night is darker now, and the wind blows stronger, fills my heart, I know not how, I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, my good page, tread thou in then boldly, thou shalt find the winter's freight, freeze the bloodless coldly. In his master's step he trod, where the snow lay dinted, heat was in the very sod which the saint had printed. Therefore, Christian man, rejoice, wealth of rank possessing. Ye who now shall bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing.
Did not know that was it. This takes things even further into the light direction. Like the hill of this album has been dark, rising up, and then now I'm assuming we feel like we're at the halfway point now. We're at the top of this hill. We're at the top of this mountain with a beautiful view. The vista before us is just absolutely stunning. There's a lot of light, and in the same way, this song now feels like sunshine. This feels like, still chilly, still a little snowy, but now the sun's coming out. Now there's a lot of brightness. The darkness and the shadows from before are now far removed, and we're just out here in the light, perhaps throwing a few snowballs or something. I don't know. But it just feels like a nice tonal change of pace from the previous tracks as we've come out of the shadows into the light. I can only assume uilleann pipes, maybe bagpipes or other pipes of some sort being played here, bring a wonderful Celtic energy to the music. And once again, I really like how Loreena takes inspiration from different cultures, from different backgrounds, and brings them into a different sort of light. And as we move here in this particular track, that's good. That's all I gotta say. It's good. It feels good. I'm just sitting back and enjoying this album. And I gotta say, actually, you know what? Can I make one comparison? Some of you are gonna laugh. Listen to the beginning, just like the first 2 seconds of this song. Some of you already know what I'm doing. I love when an artist does that. Hold on. Listen to the first 2 seconds of this. It always comes back to David Sylvian. It always comes back. You can't tell me that I'll never be able to connect David Sylvian to something we're listening to. I'll always bring it back. All right. Also, I admit I wasn't paying attention to the first line when she sings how to pronounce his name, the title of the song. So I'm probably going to butcher it. Let me bring you guys up here. Good King. How many of you guys already knew what I was going to do? Good King looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow laid round about, deep and crisp, and even brightly shone the moon that night. Though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Hither, page, and stand by me if thou know is telling. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where and what is his dwelling? Sire, he lives a good league hence underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence by St. Agnes fountain. Sire, the night is darker now, and the wind blows stronger. Fails my heart, I know not how, I can go no longer. Mark my footsteps, my good page. Tread thou in them boldly. Thou shalt find the winter's rage. Freeze thy blood less coldly. So he says, like, follow me in my footsteps and you'll be all right. Like, just follow my footsteps and we'll get through this. In his master's step he trod, where the snow lay dinted. Heat was in the very sod which the saints had printed. Therefore Christian men rejoice, wealth or rank possessing. Ye who now will bless the poor shall yourselves find mercy. So I'm assuming that this was written in like kind of like the moral of the story is just like this his master was leaving footsteps behind for the page to follow him. Like those with wealth can provide, in a sense, financial footsteps for those lesser that have lesser means for them to follow. So this seems to be a song of charity. That's what I'm kind of assuming based off of the lyrics here. It says, this is a Christmas carol that tells the story of a 10th century Bohemian king who goes on a journey braving harsh winter weather to give alms to a poor peasant on the feast of Stephen. I'm just trying to find information on the story. During the journey, his page is about to give up the struggle, but is unable to continue by following the king's footprints step for step. The legend is based on the life of Saint who was not a king in his lifetime, but had the status conferred on him after his death. Ain't that something? You're not a king in real life, but after your death, well, we'll give you the status. I want the king now. He's considered a martyr and a saint immediately after his death in the 10th century, when a cult of him rose up in Bohemia and in England. Within a few decades of his death, 4 biographies of him were in circulation. The hagiographies had a powerful influence on, man, I think like this kind of history is so interesting. I don't want to like read it now and like, bore, but I think that that's really cool. All right, let's move on into the next track here, which is simply going to be titled Snow. Let me back it up a little bit here. Back to King just for the last few seconds. It doesn't have like a flow.
White are the far-off fields, and wide the
How they bring back the melody from... That's nice. That's a nice callback. That was a nice callback they snuck in there at the very end. That... Snow, besides God Rest, may be the best track on this 5 EP album. This was, to me, amazingly tender. It felt so sensitive and packed with emotional. I don't want to go out on a limb and say, like, one of her best vocal performances, but it's powerful. She sings with such clarity and such... I don't know. I don't know. She just... I guess take, you know, what is there to say? What's that phrase? She left me speechless. Yeah, because what am I going to say? I just think that was absolutely sensational. The final climax where she repeatedly sings I Dream is both powerful, but once again, filled with a tenderness and a sensitivity. The music, while I wouldn't say it has a waltz, it does have this kind of gentle inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3 kind of movement where it rises and dips and rises and dips, and it has this kind of mellow swing to it. That's just absolutely wonderful. So listen to the strings are bright and vivid. It's a good track. This is a good track. Let's see how the lyrics stack up. White are the far-off fields, and white the fading forests grow. The wind dies out amongst the tides, denser still the snow. A gathering weight on roof and tree falls down scarce audibly. Of course, just as the title of the track, snow. The meadows and far-sheeted streams lie still without a sound. Like some soft minister of dreams, the snowfall hoods me around. In food and water, earth and air, silence is everywhere, save when at lonely spells some farmer's sleigh is urged on, with rustling runners and sharp bells, swings by me and is gone. From the empty space I hear a sound remote and clear. I really like how poetically she describes the scenery, because that's what she's doing. She's painting a picture. For example, it's a simple thing, but the meadows and far-sheeted streams lie still without a sound. Of course, the streams are now frozen, so it's a sheet of ice, you know, these streams. But just the way that she writes, describing it, I think is really, really nice. The barking of a dog to cattle is sharply pewed, born echoing from some wayside stall or barnyard far afield. Then all is silent and the snow falls settling soft and slow. The evening deepens and the gray folds closer to earth to sky. The world seems so shrouded, so far away, its noises sleep, and I, as secret as yon buried stream, plod dumbly on and dream. I like as that buried stream, you know, underneath that layer of ice on the stream, there's still movement. There's still progression. And she compares that to herself and says, in the same way, I dream. I keep on dreaming. I keep on thinking forward and moving forward. That's good. That's very, very good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and listen to the final track on this wonderful EP here. That is going... You know what I just saw? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Like, you can have AllMusic that rates it a 2 out of 5, and then eMusic, which is a 4 out of 5. Like, what's the... let me back up. I guess I don't have to. Where's I want to see the review. No, I'm not disabling my ad blocker. Whatever. I just wanted to see what they said, but I guess it couldn't have been that important anyway. Let's go and listen to the final track here, which is going to be Seeds of Love, and I ain't talking about sowing them seeds of love, Tears for Fears. Here we go. Here we go. thought it was guitar at first.
I sowed the seeds of love. I saw them in the spring. I gathered them up in the morning so soon, when the small birds so sweetly sing. When the small birds so sweetly sing. The gardener was standing by, asked him to choose for me. He chose for me the violet, the lily, and the pink, but those I refused all three. But those I refused all three.
I thought that was it for a second.
Violet I did not like, because it blooms so soon. The lily and the pink I really overthink, so I vowed I would wait till June.
It's a nice line.
So I vowed I would wait till June. In June there was a red rosebud, that is the flower for me. I oftentimes have plucked the red rosebud till I gained the willow tree. Till I gained the willow tree. The willow tree will twist, the willow tree will twine. And oftentimes I've wished I was in the young man's arms, who once had the heart of mine. Who once had the heart of
I like how it softened up, got a little romantic right there in that line, right?
I sowed the seeds
It was
of
a
love. I saw them in the spring. Gathered them up in the morning so soon, when the small birds so sweetly sing. When the small birds so sweetly sing.
That's sweet. And just like that, a winter garden is fully sowed, plowed, and now, I don't know, harvested. That was a wonderful EP to listen to. And this track is a perfect conclusion for the album, setting us back down gently after the many different tones and adventures and emotions that we've been put through before, this is a gentle kind of pastoral way to end the journey and end the album. So I really like, there's one particular thing I liked in this. I mean, there's a few things. That was my chair, by the way. In the lyrics and in her singing and the music stays at a pretty, relatively samey pace. There's not like a lot of surprises besides some of the rises from the strings and different sounds and the pipes once again. But in this swing of music, as she's singing, one line stuck out when she says, "I have often wished I was in that young man's arms." Before that, we're kind of talking very, nature and gardens and flowers. And, there's a little bit of questioning as to exactly what it could be about. But when she says this line, the way that the music kind of slows down, the way that Loreena takes kind of this pause for a moment, almost as if she's lost in thought, almost as if she's lost in a memory. Is it a memory, or is it a missed opportunity, a missed love and romance from before, or something? Either way, there's this moment where it's like she takes a pause, the music takes a pause with her, and then she goes down that memory lane, comes back, and then comes back into the music and where the song goes. So I just thought that was really cool how it happened at that line, where unless I missed it, it didn't happen anywhere else in the song. So that line gave pause, and I just really like the importance that was put in that part. Also, this would sound really nice with a choir. While I'm listening to this, it has a very choral kind of quality to it. And there are times where you hear her overdubbing with herself and, of course, providing harmonies for herself. But I was listening to, like, the last two lines of each stanza would really sound even more powerful, like, with a choir. It almost has a hymn kind of quality to it. And as a matter of fact, why are there hymns, but there's not hers? Please clap. Think about that. I sowed the seeds of love, I sowed them in the spring, I gathered them up in the morning so clear. When the small birds so sweetly sing, The gardener was standing by, I asked him to choose for me. He chose for me the violet, the lily, and the pink. But those I refused all three. Interesting that she refused all three of these flowers from the gardener. The violet I did not like because it bloomed so soon. The lily and the pink I really overthink, so I thought I waited to June. In June there was a red rosebud. That is the flower for me. I oftentimes have plucked that red rosebud till I gained a willow tree. The willow tree will twist and twine. I have often wished I was in the young man's arms, who once had the arms of mine. I sowed the seeds of love, I sowed them in the spring, I gathered them in the morning so soon, when the small birds so sweetly sing. So I read this as she's refused certain advances, or certain romantic interests didn't actually bloom into love, except this one, in June, the rosebud. But the line that confuses me is, that is the flower for me. I oftentimes have plucked that red rosebud till I gained the willow tree. That's the line that confuses me. She plucks the red rosebud, but she gains a willow tree. Maybe one of you guys can help me out. What do you think that means? Perhaps the love ran out, and now she's a willow tree. Of course, something gorgeous and majestic, but maybe a little lonely. Maybe. What isn't a maybe is that this was a really great listen, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I apologize that I was sick and, if it detracted in any way, but I truly just wanted to listen to this, and this was, for me, a great thing to listen to right now. So, press the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you enjoyed the music, hope you enjoyed myself, hope you enjoyed that, all that other fun stuff. Have a great rest of your day. That's it. I'm gonna go take some medicine. Bye, guys. That's it. I had no other way to end it. Like, really. I didn't know what else to say.